Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today to talk about your president. Y'all, this man is a fool. He's a fool. So I'm pretty sure by now you've heard of the tweets that he put out this morning about Mika Brzezinski from Morning Joe. You know, over the past few months, he's been going back and forth, with Morning Joe and, sending barbed attacks at Mika Brzezinski. But today, when he sent out his tweets, Washington went crazy, social media went crazy, and half of America went crazy. Now, I think that he does have a problem with women. He's always saying something off the cuff, misogynistic. He just had, I believe, a woman in the Oval Office from Australia, and I think he was congratulating their president or prime minister or whatever they call it over there. He called this woman up to his desk and wanted to just tell her that she had a beautiful smile. But these comments that he made today about Mika, he's just basically said that she had a facelift and wanted to come to Mar-a-Lago, during the New Year's Eve time, and that she was bleeding from her face and all of this. Now, the reason why I find, this, thing that he has going with Morning Joe to be kind of weird, because earlier last year, he was showing up on Morning Joe all the time. Mika and Joe were his friends, and they did friendly interviews, non-combative, and people were starting to get a little angry because it seemed like they were being friendly towards him instead of asking him questions that would mean, something to the public. There's even a little clip of him, you know, basically telling them, don't hit me with any hard questions. So I'm a little torn about what's going on today and the tweets that he made, because just a short while ago, these three were friendly. Now, I don't agree with what he said. I do believe that it's misogynistic. This is nothing new for him. This is how he treats women. I don't even know why folks are surprised. The man that's in the White House now is a big baby. What happened is Mika was on Morning Joe, and she was basically criticizing him. And being the man child that he is, he cannot take criticism. It's like we have an elementary school kid in the White House. You can tell that Donald Trump was never disciplined as a child and taught manners and all of that, because it's something about him that's just weird, for him to be so damn old, because y'all got to think this man is in his 70s, and to be so thin-skinned. You think of all the things that were said about President Obama, and you rarely saw him get upset nor get on Twitter. He never got on Twitter and was going back and forth, you know, down in the weeds arguing with someone. Like people are saying today, this is so beneath the office of the presidency that it's not even funny. And what's sad, y'all, this is not going to end. If he's successful in being president for the next 4 years, y'all, we're going to be dealing with this for 4 years. This is not going to change, because this is who he is. And even if they took his phone from him, I believe that he would find a way to tweet, because he just can't help himself. And then this thing that he does, they say that he had a big screen television installed in a little room that's right off from the Oval Office. And he sits there and watches all these news shows, yelling at the television like an old man. And then, because he doesn't have any self control, he goes to Twitter and then tweets crazy shit. And see, the problem is not only is it Americans that can see this stuff, the whole world can see it. And, it makes the American office of the presidency look so bad, y'all. So bad. The rest of the world has got to be laughing at us and just, in disbelief that we elected this big spoiled brat that's in the White House now. Oh my God. I was watching some newscast today, and it was this guy on there that was talking about Donald Trump as a person and how he's always had a silver spoon in his mouth. They talked about when he was born that, he was born into a wealthy family and that he has never wanted for anything. He doesn't know the struggles of the average person. And because of the way that his family was, very arrogant and all of that, that was passed on to him. And he took it to the umpteenth level with just everything about him, y'all. I know I've said this before, but I just cannot believe that this man is our president. I mean, he actually disgusts me. When I see him on television, I'm at a loss for words with some of the things that he does. And when I look at him, I am just absolutely disgusted. When Bush was president, I disliked him. But one thing that I will give President Bush, the younger Bush, is because he had grown up around politics. He did have a respect for the office. And another thing that I respect of Bush that I never thought I would say, since he left office, he is reluctant to critique who's in office at the time. Like when they tried to get him to talk about President Obama negatively, he refused to do it. And you never saw him on television saying anything negative, although he could have, because his vice president, Dick Cheney, made a habit of doing this. So even though I didn't like Bush as a president because I didn't agree with his policies, but watching him after he's left office and how he could have just easily got on television and denigrated President Obama, and he absolutely refused to do it. It made me have a certain level of respect for him that I never had when he was in office, and I'm surprised I'm even saying it. But this man that we have in the office now, he has absolutely no experience, no respect for the office. It's like a bunch of inbred hillbillies are in the White House. This shit is crazy, y'all. He got his kids and their spouses surrounding him, and then all these little minions that he sends out daily to defend his honor. You see that woman on television today defending that tweet that he sent out about Mika Brzezinski. Some of the shit she was saying, like he never is volatile or promoting violence and all of that. Right after she said that, these news stations, they ran so many clips of him promoting violence and saying negative things about women. I mean, they just ran clip after clip after clip. Unless these Republicans stand up and grow some, and put him in his place and do something about this man that we have in office, nothing's going to change, y'all. Nothing's going to change. I don't even know why today they're obsessed with what he tweeted, because they should have just said simply, he's at it again, and they could have left it alone, because they didn't have to spend the day, going through all this, because we all know that he's a goddamn fool. You know, if you don't know that by now, I mean, something is wrong with you. This man should not have time to be sitting up watching television all damn day. There's so much going on in the country right now with healthcare, travel bans, North Korea, Putin, Russia. He should be busy with that. Our economy, all of that. Why are you spending time arguing with TV personalities and calling everything fake news? I mean, it's funny. Before he came into office, we watch the news and we can discern for ourselves what we believed was true and not true about what was reported in the media. Now, because this man has been saying it over and over and over again, you got a whole segment of people here in America that absolutely do not believe anything that the news media is saying. Now, I'm not going to say I believe every story that they report 100%. I would not say that, because I'm a thinking adult. But I do not think these people set out, these reporters set out to tell a false story, especially when it comes to Donald Trump. They're simply reporting what's happening, and then to show you how twisted this man is, he could have just said something 5 minutes ago, and then a reporter call him on it, and then he says he didn't say it. Like, we didn't just see it. Something is mentally wrong with him. And them damn Stepford wives that he's had, I do not even see how they married him. He is so unlikable. But of course, it was his money, that made him charming to them. And another thing that, y'all, just irritates me is them damn children of the corn that he has. His daughter and those two sons, I can't stand either one of them. They are just clones of his square tooth ass, and I expect them to be turning orange pretty soon. I can't stand anything his sons say or do. I think all three of his children are crooked. The only child that I don't think that has anything to do with what's going on in the White House is what was her name, Marla Maples' child, because she's like an outside child. They truly treat her like she is a stepchild or something. It's his child by Marla Maples. He doesn't really pay a lot of attention to her. I think her name is Tiffany. But those other three, y'all, I can't really stand them. They're just as crooked as their father is. This man went into the White House and he has turned this shit into like something that is laughable. So, in ending my video, I must say what he said to Mika Brzezinski today, it didn't even surprise me. And she shouldn't have been surprised. She knows the man. Her and Joe Scarborough were once friends with him. What's happened is they had a little break in their friendship. And ever since then, Mika and Joe have been getting in his ass. He couldn't take it. And today he lashed out. So she should have known this was coming. They know the man. And with that, y'all, this is the end of my video. Tell me what you think of this orange food that we got in the White House and basically what he said about Mika. Are you like me saying, whatever? She was once his friend. They were kissing his ass. earlier last year. And now, his laser is set on them. His sights are set on them. So I'm not excusing what he said as far as women go, but I don't know about Mika Brzezinski and Joe, because like I said earlier last year, they were literally kissing the walls of his ass. So with that, y'all, see you in the next video. Thanks for taking the time to watch. You guys have a good night. Bye bye now.